Mother of the 6-year-old boy beaten to death with a piece of lumber is speaking exclusively to ABC7. Her son's babysitter, Ernest Love, is charged with murder and torture. Orange County reporter David Gonzalez has the heartbreaking story.
I was genuinely blindsided. I trusted him with my son.
Charlene Sefour's heart is crushed, knowing the person she believed would take care of her son, Chance Crawford, instead caused him unimaginable pain.
He died a brutal death. It was brutal. He did not deserve to go out that way.
Yes. You did that, man. See that? There's going to be a lot of stuff you're scared of, but it don't matter. You got to push through it.
Okay.
This is one of the many videos Ernest Lamar Love sent to Chance's mom anytime he babysat.
He came in my son's life just as a male figure. He taught him things.
How? Look, okay. So first and foremost, we always want to send condolences to the families because we never, ever advocate for somebody losing their life, ever over here on the Anton Daniels channel. So that's number one. Number two, gotta pray for the family because, again, nobody deserves to lose their life, especially a little kid. But the question that I'm always asking myself, and I wish that I could deep dive a little further, because I know that they only gonna go on the surface because it's easy to villainize one person. And yes, of course he should be held accountable for his actions. But the question that I have to ask myself is how? How did this person just miraculously just come into your life as a male figure? Just randomly? You just let a random man that just so happened to be walking into your life in order to make sure that he take care of your son? Why would a guy just randomly take care of a woman's son? What is the other side of the story? You know what I'm saying? And so I try not to assume. I try to just go based off of the facts. So with that being said, let's just deep dive into it a little bit more to learn more about what happened. Shall we?
He helped him overcome certain fears that my son had.
But on August 30th, Sefour's life began to crumble after she dropped Chance off at Love's barbershop in Placentia before heading off to work at St. Joseph's Hospital. Later that night, Love called to tell her he was rushing Chance to the hospital.
He did tell me that he was doing jumping jacks. He had him working out and he fell and hit his head. And that's what's hard for me because I believed him when he told me.
Prosecutors say Love had beat the 6-year-old with a piece of lumber for wetting his pants at a park, then poured hydrogen peroxide on the open wounds and forced him to exercise until he collapsed.
How could you do this to a child? Like, it doesn't warrant what happened.
Love, who went by Azariah, was part of Amazing Church in Lake Elsinore as a minister and prophet.
He did the right things. He helped people move.
As a minister and prophet? Come on, man.
He helped give advice, like he's, helped people, start businesses.
But he had been suspended from his roles due to inappropriate behavior with women.
All right, so now we got more questions, right? Because it sounds to me as the spirit of Derrick Jackson has came upon him, right? So of course we know that women are always going to fall for a guy that prays for them, right? How prophet praying all of this stuff, and then he got in trouble for having inappropriate relationships with the members, right? Maybe he went and sanctified their house on top of it. And this is why the church gets a bad rap because, we got people representing Christ, but it's not a reflection of it in how they live their life. Okay, so he got removed from the church. Shout out to the church. Don't sound like he was doing anything that was with underage kids or nothing. So, it doesn't seem like anything should have been like an arrestable offense or nothing. It was just inappropriate relationships and all of that. Additionally, on top of that, it seems as though I'm not going to say preying on single baby mamas because you grown, all right? But it seems like his preference were women that were a little bit more vulnerable and that they were single baby mamas. Because why is the father not playing a role in the life? And see, you can avoid all of this nonsense when, and again, even if you decide that y'all want to go y'all separate ways after the kid is big as hell and all of that, cool. But in the adolescent years, I love to get the perspective of the father of the son who she was leaving in the care of a man that she had just so happened to meet. I would love to ask the question after everything is all said and done. How did y'all meet in the first place? Did y'all ever have a relationship? Did you like him? Did he like you? Why is he sending you videos of your kid every day? That's weird as hell to me. Just a random man just wants you to drop his kid off, and so you basically get to avoid paying for daycare and then making sure that you do whatever it is that you need to do with the baby father and all of that. And the tragedy, the real person that paid the price for all of these bad decisions is the child. Because I would never leave my child in the care of a random that I ain't known for a lifetime. That don't even make sense.
They never suspected he would be capable of doing what he's accused of.
We poured so much into him, and he failed us. He failed us. He failed our faith. He failed us. He failed Charlene.
Most importantly, they say he failed Chance. Chance died on Tuesday after being declared brain dead and taken off life support.
I want justice for my son because he did not deserve that.
This is just an absolutely heartbreaking story. Now Chance's mother is urging other single mothers out there to be extra vigilant as to who watches their children so something like this never ever happens to them.
Now, okay, so all single mothers, be extra vigilant about who it is that you leave in the care. Like I said, man, I would like to know with the father of the kid, if the father even exists, if the father is out of jail, if the father is not gone, if the father is participatory in other kids' lives, if the father, like what is going on out here? You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's always more to the story. Ultimately, we always generally focus on the kid, but we never focus on all of the things that preceded before that then led to the kid being in the care of a guy that's just randomly sending the videos and pictures, and it sounded like he was trying to toughen him up and all of that stuff. Yeah, I get it. 2x4, we know that that's wrong. That goes without saying. But the real question and the real conversation surrounds the mother. I would like personally, if y'all just gonna report on the story, I would like for them not to just do it on the surface. I would like for them to do a little bit deeper of a dive. But we know that that's not gonna happen because we also know that, you know, it's easy to look at it from one lens, but it's very difficult to look at it from the other lens. I would love to get the woman on the show and get her to tell her story, but I also want to ask the questions that I want to ask. We'll see what happens. I'll reach out and see if I can get in touch, but chances are I'm pretty sure that that's not going to happen. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We got Stock Club today. Stock Club is this afternoon after the Millionaire Morning Show. So make sure y'all tap into that. The Patreon link to the Bag Chasers and the Patreon is in the description. Also, Tej Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. That link is in the description also. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. But I do want to hear the comments of what y'all got to say about this story and whether or not it's making sense to you, because it certainly doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.